Capricorn, hi. So this is going to be a reading for November 20th through the 26th. And I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And then I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Now let's see, Cappy. Bam. The overall energy for the reading, the Nine of Cups, that's emotional stability right there. That's something you feel inside. It feels good, it feels nice, it feels balanced. So, okay, I don't know what to do with that, given that in the reading it's a little bit, well, it's showing up a little bit chaotic. We'll see when we clarify. In the recent past, the Four of Wands, the Five of Swords, the Sun. This is one of those situations in which, well, basically, you're dealing with a possible commitment, and you're lying to yourself that everything's fine, I'm happy, everything's happy here, everything's great. So, okay. It comes through as an energy. It's not necessarily directed towards one particular commitment in the sense of, oh, well, what'd you do? You lied to yourself there. Oh my God. No, it could be a little bit of a pattern of yours or something where you tell yourself enough that you believe that everything's fine, you know? So we'll see about that in a minute. In the current situation, the Tower, the Queen of Swords, the King of Pentacles. Something is not going according to plan here. Something is raining on your parade for sure. Because you're looking like you got everything planned out, everything to the T is like da 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 da, like super arranged, and things are kind of blown up in your face here. It looks like too much logic sometimes, you know, or too much of wanting to be in control and having a plan set and not leaving room, you know, any wiggle room there. Might be coming to bite you. You know, so I don't know exactly what's going on here, but it's not looking pretty. In the immediate future, the Nine of Wands, the Page of Cups, the Judgment card. Alright. There seems to be a little bit of resistance on your part to basically align with your heart a little more, to bring your heart more to the surface. You know, where it feels like there's almost like a need to reconnect to that deeper part of yourself, and you're like, I don't know about that. Okay, let's clarify. Let me clarify the Nine of Cups. Interesting, as that is the overall energy, emotional balance, you know, having to go within there to search for that or to create that. For the for the Nine of Cups, you get the Knight of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups. Well, somebody's close to you here, and they're making you happy. So you do have a reach to your heart. Something about someone else's actions is making you giggle inside. Be like, oh, that's nice. Okay. I don't know to what capacity, I don't know who this is to you, but it's one of those I like what I see, you know, and I really like. As far as you're concerned, in terms of when you look at whoever this is and whatever it is that they're doing, and it has to do with you. Let's do the Four of Wands in the recent past, the Page of Swords, the Ace of Swords, the Devil. Not a lot of giving on your part there. So again, it could have been a potential one situation you were dealing with. I kind of see it as your energy attached to commitment in the past, where there seems to be a little bit of probably misconception, or things you thought were good, or things you told yourself were good, happy, it's equal give and take, everything's fine here, you know. Not much to give to that commitment, you know, on your part by the looks of it. Quite a little. And then thinking, oh, it's running smooth, it's running fine. From the perspective of equal give and take, I don't know. It might have been, because if you gave this much, you might have received this much, you know? Who knows? But, I don't know. Let's see the Five of Swords. You get the Knight of Cups, the Two of Swords, the Page of Pentacles. See, that's the thing, because that's a tricky one. Because you're showing up open from your heart. You want love. You want commitment. You're showing up for that fully from the intention of that. Now, something is in the way that's not allowing for that energy to come through. So no matter how much you want it to be more than it is, it doesn't really have potential to get there. Even though your intention is that. Because let's say your capacity to love in a commitment there shows up at 100%. Your intention to love and to give to that shows up at 100%. And then let's put a little bit of a barrier in front of that. So as that energy belongs to you and you want to put it outside of yourself in that commitment, imagine, if you will, an invisible wall. You can't see it, but it's there. And that invisible wall is who knows what the hell. Usually fear, usually insecurities, usually something that has to do with self-worth, something that if your energy, even though it's at 100%, is going to go filtering through that wall outside of yourself, it's going to reach outside of yourself with possibly 10%. You know? Everything else you leave in the sphere of, or the wall of fear, or whatever you got in that wall. So it's something that all of us have at some point. You know, it's a matter of one day waking up and seeing that wall and being like, oh, okay, I think I gotta work on that. And I feel like you did, because I see you there with the Page of Pentacles, kind of like going through the same pattern over and over again. Why do I want this? Why do I feel this? Why is this showing up? If this is what I want and feel like I have to give. It doesn't match, you know? And it didn't. And then you started paying attention as to why with that Page of Pentacles. So you may have figured it out there, that there was an invisible wall all along that you put there. For the Sun, you get the Queen of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the Tower. Yeah, because it felt like every time, you know, you come with the greatest intentions of all time, with the you know, that desire for happiness, that like everything is in place as far as you're concerned inside of you. But when it comes to putting it outside of yourself, it feels like everything's blowing up in your face. And it's like, why the fuck? You know? This would be the time when someone that goes through that would probably start blaming the universe, start blaming other people, not realizing, hey, there's something within me, but I'm not seeing it yet. Maybe I will someday, but right now I'm not seeing it, and I'm, you know, I don't want to own up to it, so I might as well blame everything outside of myself. Because, yeah, it felt like everything was blowing up in your face, no matter how great the intention. And again, I see this as mostly a pattern tied up to commitment, to the notion of commitment. So it's not necessarily in regards to one particular person. For the Tower, in the current situation, you get the Empress, the Five of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles. There's a massive need for self-care on your part. There's almost like a lack of it, you know, that you possibly did for a very long time throughout your life. Because it feels like it's attached to some sort of trauma here, in terms of not putting yourself first, not loving yourself, and things like that. And I feel like ultimately you achieved that, but for some reason right now, you're at a lack. There's definitely, the inside of you is screaming for that. It's kind of like, Happy, take a chill pill, take care of me, please, you know? Okay. You're focused on something outside of yourself, which I feel like has to do with work or something you're putting together. I don't know. It's something important to you. It's not like, oh, what are you doing? But at the same time, sometimes when we do focus too much on something outside of ourselves, we tend to forget about ourselves. And then, yeah, we possibly manage to achieve whatever we want there, but at what cost? You know, our health, our who knows what. For the Queen of Swords, in the current situation, you get the Four of Pentacles, the King of Wands, the Four of Wands. You do have a commitment next to you here, which looks to be good, energetically speaking at least, looks to be good. And it's one of those where, you know, whatever it is you're focusing on, whatever area of your life, this one is still here. And it's one of those where you're not letting it go. So I don't see your focus being directed towards it directly, but I see you being there with it, you know, to some capacity. Your focus is definitely towards something you're building on, or whatever it is you're doing here with this very practical, very planned out almost. It looks like a project or something. I don't know what it is. For the King of Pentacles, you get the Seven of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, the Temperance card. I mean, it kind of looks like you've been planning at this even when you didn't know you were planning at this, you know. For a while, it's looking like things have been built up in such a way that you get to this point of, oh, okay, so that happened in that way so that I could get to this point so that I can build on this, you know. So it's almost like a puzzly game here that's being put together, or you realize that's what this is about. Because it looks like whatever it is you're working on, it's building up, it's working out. But it's been in the plans for, not necessarily consciously, but it's been planned out for quite a while for you. You know? It's one of those things that when you get there, it's kind of like, finally. So it's not like a 2-day idea kind of a thing that, oh, okay, this happened. Not really. A lot of other things contributed to this. Interesting. I like these energies. You're on a roll here. Just this tendency of forgetting about yourself sometimes, you know? That self-care. And that self-care doesn't mean, okay, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to eat healthy, and that's it. I'm taking care of myself. Yeah, that's important, of course, but those are exterior stuff. Where are you going inside of yourself? You know? What's up with that? As to the Nine of Wands, in the immediate future, you get the Ace of Wands, the Sun, the Eight of Wands. I love it when energies change. You're giving me something in the past tied up to happiness, and then you're giving me something in the future tied up to happiness. And they're very different for the better. That's what I love about these energies. It's like, okay, so you were in that place with happiness. You, in rapport to happiness versus here in the future. That looks like an energy of anything I did, anything I said, anything I gave to a situation, no matter how well intended it was, it blew up in my face. This time around, it's looking very different. It's looking very organic. It's looking like a give and take kind of exchange of, you know, even towards the universe. You open up towards it, you receive kind of the same energy. So it looks like the invisible wall is almost gone. Now the problem is you're actually creating a not so invisible wall because you're not used to this energy of things flowing in that way. And everything kind of, you know, flowing together, and what you put out there, you get back, and it's a beautiful flow there. But the thing is, keeps you open, keeps you vulnerable. You're not used to it. So the tendency would be to, okay, let's shut it down. Because, you know, it's uncomfortable. I don't think you're shutting it down fully, but you do have the tendency. Because it's too flowy. It's too, like, really? Was it that simple? Kind of a idea, you know? And, yeah. Which, you know, you probably put in a lot of work. It wasn't that simple. But when you get to it, when you actually experience that flow of equal give and take to, like, in whichever direction you give, yeah, you kind of reach the conclusion that, man, we complicate things a lot, you know? As to the Page of Cups, in the immediate future, you get the World card, the Lovers, the Hierophant. Woo! You're showing up very different here. At a deeper level. So you are connecting to yourself. Good. The tendency is there to not take care of yourself, to not go deeply into yourself, even though the need is huge at this time for you to do that. So, I see you doing that. Because otherwise, these energies wouldn't show up. So you're definitely doing more than just, you know, eating healthy and going to the gym. Here. Connecting to those deeper parts of yourself. And beautiful. Yeah, you may not be used to it. You may have the tendency to reject it, to shut it down, to be like, okay, what is this? This feels weird. It's too flowy, you know? But you're not shutting it down. The tendency is there, but I don't see you shutting it down. Because it feels good. It does connect you to deeper parts of yourself, too. For the Judgment card, you get the Two of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, the Page of Wands. And the minute you get to this place, it feels like all of your life is changing. That pattern, gone. The invisible wall, gone. Pattern to relationships, to commitments, to things like that is changing. Completely. Because you've changed the friggin' wall and the friggin' pattern. So you're showing up in a much healthier position here when it comes to committing to another, to loving another. There's a whole lot of love. There's a whole lot of energy of partnership. You know, I got your back, you got mine, kind of a deal. And there's a whole lot of playfulness with that too. So it feels beautiful. You're definitely shifting in the world of commitments and partnerships for the better. So, oh my, no, that's too much. Let's see what the universe has to close it off for you. The Five of Cups, the Two of Swords, the Hierophant. This is the break between the old you when it came to these patterns tied up to relationships and the new you, right? So there's the old you that keeps on getting stuck, that keeps on getting blocked possibly by your own invisible wall. And there's the new you that keeps in touch with that deeper sense of yourself and keeps it steady and grounded, and it feels good. And it's like you know truly who you are at your core and what you want, you know, and there's no more fear in the way, there's no more insecurity, there's no more all sorts of things that piled up into that invisible wall. So you're at that break between the old you and the new you, at that split, which is interesting. So that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.